everyone called me Nettie. I think I'll tell you a little bit about myself now, if you don't mind. On the evening of February 18th, 1868, a large crowd gathered in a parlor, a lot like this one, for the wedding of a beautiful young woman to the son of one of Springfield's most prominent families. The groom was Charles Edwards, and the bride was Mary Hickox, who looked lovely in a white dress with a long train. The supper was impressive, and everyone seemed to enjoy themselves. It was the type of wedding I had dreamed of having, but sadly, it was not mine. Like I said, the bride was Mary Hickox. She had always been a wonderful friend of mine. I wish I could have been there to see her get married that day, but I couldn't. You see, I had died of consumption 2 days before. My funeral was the same day as the wedding. It also happened to be on my birthday. I would have been 22 years old. Wonderful birthday, huh? Everyone called me a young bride of death, and indeed, I looked like a bride. I wore a long white dress, just like Mary did that day at her wedding. Oh, how I wish I could have walked down the aisle someday, and then danced the night away after. But I guess it just was not meant to be. Well, anyway, mine was not the only tragedy that month. Mrs. Stephen T. Logan died that very next week. But look, she's in the library. She can tell you about it herself.
Follow me, please.
Hello, I am America Logan. My husband Stephen had a law practice here in Springfield. Mr. Edwards studied there first, and then later they practiced law together for many years. We were great friends with the Edwardses and spent many wonderful evenings in this fantastic house. And they also came to our place, which was over on Union Street. Mr. Logan and I had 8 children, 4 boys and 4 girls. 2 of my sons died very, very young, and the other 2 lived quite an extraordinary life. The eldest, David, practiced law, or studied law, with his father when he was in partnership with Mr. Lincoln. He did have a problem, though. He had a fondness for the bottle, and it just drove my husband to distraction. He just couldn't deal with it, so he suggested to David that he enlist in the Mexico War, which he did. And we were sure that when he came back, he would be cured. Well, it didn't turn out that way. When he got back, he still had that fondness for the bottle, so eventually Stephen just gave him livestock, a wagon, and some money, and sent him off to Oregon, and we never did see him again. Now the other son, Christopher, was a wild child. Even Mr. Lincoln said that he was one of the wild boys downtown. He, I cannot think tonight. He got gold fever in 1849 and took off for California, but his gold dreams didn't come true. He died the next year, and of course we never saw him again, but I did have 4 daughters. Sally and Mary both married young lawyers, like their father. Jenny married a merchant from here in Springfield. In fact, when she got married, she wore that bonnet right over there. Kate, the youngest, was about to get married. She was being courted by David Littler, who was a young lawyer here in Springfield, and I was so looking forward to the wedding. But I was overcome with nervous fever, and I became more and more ill. When it got closer to the wedding, I started to rally, and I really thought I would be able to be there when she was married. But one morning, I woke up feeling very, very well. Was later stricken with paralysis, and I died the next day. But enough sad stories about me. You need to go up and see Mr. Ferguson. I'm sure he'll have many good stories for you. Thank you for coming by.